It was a really good day today. I love being out here in this spring and last day of spring and just working our fundamentals technique. And I thought we got better at that. The thing that we wanted to do today is show them all the different drills that we do so that they can carry them through the summer with them. Because now, after tomorrow, it's a lot of the drills that they'll be doing will be on the strength coaches, Coach Oliver and his staff, and then they have to try to do them individually. We got a guy assigned to each group that will take all the drills that we've done here this spring and carry them over throughout the summer so we can continue to get ourselves better.
Will you know now, or will it be after tomorrow and after you've looked at the video whether you've had a good spring or not as a staff?
Well, we know we've had a good spring. We've gotten a lot better from day one till now, and we ought to get better because we're so young. We have a lot of positions, and those young guys now we've got a lot of reps invested in those young guys. So we expected to get better in 14 to 15 practices because we're so young. A lot of guys we weren't working with. There's a lot of the young guys who weren't getting a lot of reps. Zach West and the guys that were on the scout team. And now when you get a chance to work with them, you expect them to get better over 15 practice. So no doubt, when those guys get better, we get better.
You seemed a little more active today. You kind of running around, bouncing from individual drill to individual drill. What was it like just the last time you guys got?
Well, just take all the technique work, and that's we do. I guess when you guys were here, we were doing our special team stuff. So we've got to get really good at our special teams technique. We work with a lot of different ones so that the kids can take them with them. So I wanted to emphasize how important the little things are in those techniques.
Is there anything that you wish you'd done better this spring?
We were healthy, so I wish we could have hit a little bit more, but you only get 3 scrimmages. We need to, because we're so young, we need guys to have some live work where we're more thud work. And sometimes when a kid doesn't know he's getting hit, when he knows he can't get hit, okay, he plays a little bit more relaxed. Okay, he concentrates a little bit more. I like for those guys to have a little bit uncomfortable when they know where we're hitting, when they're going to get drilled. Sometimes our DBs would pull off our receivers. Our receivers need all the live work that they can get, so I wish we could have got a lot more live work.
Did any of the receivers present themselves, move up at all that maybe surprised you pleasantly?
Daryl Collins and DeMarco Robinson, those guys. I don't know if it's a surprise because that's what you expected when they first walked in the door. It didn't happen last year. We got a lot better players today, and a lot of that has to do with the amount of reps that they've got this spring. And a lot of it comes with confidence too. The more reps you get, the more confidence you get. They've been working with Max all spring also, all the off season and now the spring, so he feels a little bit more comfortable with those guys. And it's not surprised because that's what we expected when we got him. I was surprised when we didn't get what we were expecting last fall.
How comfortable are How comfortable are Ransford, McDuffin, and Minter's system defense?
They don't look as comfortable as we need them to be. Miles is probably ahead of Ransford, and neither one of them are where we need them to be at. It's a lot of stuff on our backers. Our backers got to make a lot of the adjustments, and those guys are not where we need them to be. We need them to. But this summer gives them an opportunity to get in the film room again, continue the drill work that we've taught them, and get themselves better. But we need those guys to come. We got some freshmen. One of them was here today. That's going to be right on their heels. We'll give those guys an opportunity to see, because we know what those guys can do. Now we got to find out what some of these young freshmen can do. And if freshmen can pick it up and take the drill work to the team stuff and understand a little bit better, and he's going to get an opportunity.
You mentioned Rump and Cobble kind of over and over this spring, just sort of almost as a, they're great. You haven't talked a lot of detail, but it seems like you're really comfortable with those guys. Is this as good as you felt about those interior linemen in a long time?
It is. Those guys started to come on last year, about mid to late season last year, and a lot of it had to do with them getting in condition, getting healthy. Very seldom do you see defensive linemen that are not banged up and bruised up throughout this whole season. They've had to understand how to play through that, a lot of those bumps and bruises also. So but those guys could be dominant. There's no doubt about that. We've had some good defensive interior linemen here, and those guys are as good a tandem as we've had here in a long time. So we're excited about those guys' development. And both are juniors. Still got 2 years left in the program. It's a big off season for both of them in the weight room and in conditioning.
Your feelings about the quarterback position going into the fall? Do you have a feeling?
We went out today. Max would be our starter, and I feel really comfortable with him being there. No doubt he's gotten better. But again, we saw improvement in our quarterbacks last year. We got to take it from the practice field to the game field. He's proven that he can go in and play in the SEC and win games, of course. Now he's just got to take it to another level. Take it from the practice field, what we saw this spring, how comfortable he was, and take it to the game field.
You had talked at the end of the summer about how important it was to have a starting quarterback going into the summer to kind of be a leader. I mean, is Max that guy now?
Whoever comes out of here and acts like they're starter. We got 2 guys who started for us. Max comes out here. Similar to Andre. Andre came out of practice his junior year and he was not the starter. But he came out here and took charge, acted like he was the starter. I want to find out which one of those guys is going to do it. Max has got 100% of the reps with the ones. If I was him, I'd come out here and act like I was a starter. Morgan's got a lot of reps with the ones in the past. If I was him, I would come out here and act like I was a starter.
Does that create a divided locker room in any way?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I want to find out who can lead the guys. And you want to find out who they're willing to follow also. I think that's important also. Who are they willing to follow?
Have you also seen it maybe motivate a guy like Max to have Patrick around all spring, and you've made it kind of clear that we want to find a package and get him on the field early? Do you see that making him sort of step up?
A guy that's a true competitor, it motivates. Okay, I mean, you want to teach, and Max will tell you, he's going to teach Patrick told everything he needs to know about our offense this summer. Okay, because he wants the competition also. He's got a true competitor, wants to compete at a high level. What's going to push him? Somebody behind staring over his shoulder.
Have you sensed that's even though he hasn't been practicing, that just his presence here? And
yeah, I mean, the guy he's got a presence about him that he wants that type of competition. And that, again, in the meeting room, and on the practice field, when the young kid's been here, this guy's been in his ear also. So I'm excited. That's what it should be. Okay.